Saved Radio exclusive. Saved Radio exclusive.
For those people who are interested with what God says but are afraid of the big words, people are intimidated. They don't know what's hermeneutics. They don't know what's apologetics. It's a common joke here in our country that apologetics is for forgiveness and it's a joke. So what would you want to tell them for them not to be intimidated by these things?
So a couple things. I mean, first off, apologetics does not mean apologize.
Yes.
It means a defense. It's an older English word. But one of the things I always try and do in my teaching, one of the things that always puzzled me when I did our the academy classes, I did that geared toward Christians in churches, adults. I was surprised when I get pastors that are learning from those stuff. But what's really shocked me is when I hear about high school students, 8-year-olds, whose parents are using it in homeschooling. And the reason they are is because one of the things I do is I try to teach at all levels. And so I don't just throw out big words without giving the definitions. Right?
Yes.
So hermeneutics is the art and science of interpretation. Apologetics is the defense of the faith. Now, when we look at these things, we can do one of two things. We can be intimidated by big words or we can learn them, right? I have my book, What Do We Believe?, which is a Christian systematic theology. We have a gentleman in my church who, I love the guy dearly. He is intellectually challenged. He's just the way he was created. He's just not going to have a very high education. He told me that my 2 books are outside of comic books and the Bible, the only 2 books he ever read cover to cover.
Wow.
And yet I can sit and discuss theology with him now. Why? Because he took the time to read them and he understood it. Now, he may not understand all the big terminology, but when you break it down, he understands that. And that's the thing that we have to do as Christians. You know, if someone says, "Oh, that was really deep," you know what they usually mean? I have no idea what you were saying. Right?
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah. And there's so many people that try to preach and teach as if, look at the big words I know and look how smart I am. You know, Charles Haddon Spurgeon, the Prince of Preachers from a generation or so ago, 100 plus years ago, was considered the Prince of Preachers because he spoke in the layman's level so that everybody can understand. Now we look at him and go, "Oh, he's such a deep thinker." Tells you how far we've come, but the reality is the reason he was so well known is because he spoke to the common man.
Saved Radio exclusive. Saved Radio exclusive.